I go home that night. I start packing my bags, and I was dating this chick named Rebecca Hauk. We've been dating about a month, and she shows up at my house. I hadn't returned her phone calls all day, and apparently we were supposed to go out, and I'd forgotten about it. I had bigger issues. And so I'm packing a couple of duffel bags, and she walks in, and she's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, I'm leaving. Where are you going? I thought we were supposed to go out at such and go do something tonight. I'm like, I'm leaving. It's over. And she says, "What happened?" I tell her what happened. This is what happened. She's like, "Oh my God." Like she had no idea.
Well, she had no idea about anything you were doing.
No, I barely knew her. Like, I mean, she's coming over 2-3 times a week for a month. Like this isn't love. This isn't, this is a booty call. That's all it is. Like we're hanging out, we're having sex, and that's it. I don't even know you. So she suddenly just begs to come with me. You got to bring me with you. You have to this, you have to that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like you've got a son. You have your mom lives here. And she's just in tears and crying. And she suddenly said, and this is what's so funny about it, is that she had just moved from Vegas to St. Petersburg to work at the dog track, to work for a company that owned the dog track, right? A casino interest, or like a gambling company. And she said, "You don't even know why I'm here." I was like, "Okay, why are you here?" She said, "I'm here because I was working for a law firm that worked for the casino company that I work for." She said, "I got caught embezzling nothing. It was like $10,000 or $15,000 from my boss because she had a gambling habit." And she said, "He didn't call the police because we were sleeping together and he was afraid his wife would find out." She said, "So instead, he banished me here to St. Pete. My son just came to live with me. He's been caught sneaking out because the father had raised him. He'd only been living with her since she got to Florida." And she's like, I was going to send him back. He's failing school. He's smoking pot. He's been caught sneaking out after curfew. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I don't know any of this." She's like, "He was going back in December, or no, he was going back after the school year, which would have been like May." Okay. And I'm like, so where before 5 minutes earlier, I thought she was this sweet secretary, sweet, innocent secretary. And she's like, "I've been married 3 times. I'm a gambler. I've claimed bankruptcy. I'm sleeping with my old boss. I got she went from this, thieving adulteress, and I thought these are all really beneficial to my, my future plans.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have at that moment, I was so just flipped out and concerned, and up and leaving your life and everything behind. That's terrifying. And and so now you're alone in a strange place.
Is that the first time you've done something like that, like leave to go on the road?
Yes. So I'd never just up and moved. And keep in mind now, I can't call home. I can't, I'm leaving. There are things that I feel like get you caught. And I've watched tons of these TV shows. And, there are certain things that get you caught. And, one of them is keeping in contact with anybody in your old life. So I'm thinking that's not going to happen. Like I'm not contacting anybody. I'm leaving and that's it. That didn't really happen. I kept in touch. I called my mom every once in a while, but I was like, okay, that's cool.
Did the loneliness of that hit you early on or no? Like as you're packing?
I never did. Well,
you're leaving your life. I mean, it feels like a fundamental transition.
Oh, listen, you think? I mean, listen, not just that. Like I'm leaving my son. I have a son, and I was leaving everything. I was just terrified of going to prison. And I mean, I don't know. It was just so stupid. It was just arrogance, and I should have stayed. Like I made things so much worse. But I also thought I'm smart. I can figure this out. Like I can change my identity, blend in. I'll be fine.
Aren't you already like people know what your face looks like?
They do. But one of the first things I did was I got plastic surgery.
What kind of plastic surgery?
I've got a nose job. I got what they call a mini facelift. They go in, through your back of your ears, and
Mhm.
they suck out all the fat in your neck.
Mhm. Does that change appearance much?
A little bit. I was balding. I got 2 hair transplants, 2 hair grafts. So the hair in my head, this isn't my hair. It's my hair, but it's from back here.
Mhm.
So they cut it from
Looks
here, and
great.
I appreciate it. So they reimplanted it there. Got liposuction, just some, other stuff, and got my teeth done, that sort of thing. So and that was kind of like my plan. I'll take off. I got 80 grand. I'll steal some more money, but I let her come with me, and we ran up all my credit cards over the next few days, packed up the car, traded in my Audi, and got like an Audi. I don't know, was it like an A6 or like a 4-door, like the big 4-door or whatever it was. Got that, and drove straight to Atlanta. And so I wrote a letter to my parents before I left, just explaining, this is what's happening. I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm not going to prison. Love you. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. I know I'm a disappointment. Sorry. Bam.